Check out this video.
Every teaching, every message in the body of Christ has an edge. Those who teach grace must be careful because there is an edge. Grace has an edge. The edge of grace is license to sin. When you teach grace in a certain way, you are going to teach it to a place where it will almost create licentiousness, because people will almost think that what you are saying is that they can sin, and you will be saying in your mind that before I even give them liberty, where people are not doing things, but there is a message that you must be teaching that can make people comfortable in sin. When you see somebody say, I'm a word of faith teacher, there is also a boundary, or there is an edge. The edge of faith teaching is materialism. That is why it is easier where you sit in an environment where faith is the core. If there is always something about getting, receiving, I'm believing God for this house, I'm believing God for this, I'm believing God for this. So there is a lot of emphasis on believing and receiving, that if you are not careful, you are going to be very materialistic. There is another one, is also the teaching of consecration. The teaching of consecration has an edge. The edge is legalism. When you are giving voice to consecration and everything, before you know it, you will be so legalistic that God becomes a formula. So you will hear things like, all right, until you have prayed, this amount of hours, you can't see God. So now you enter into that now. And then you begin to hear that until you fast, all right, dry fast 8 days, you can't see a blue angel. You see, blue angels don't appear regularly. It's white ones that come when you don't fast. And before you know it now, you begin to chase things because you become so legalistic that God becomes a formula. Every message has an edge, and I'm telling you what it produces in people every now and then. That is why Apostle Paul began to speak. He said, when I came to teach you, he said, I didn't refrain from declaring unto you the whole counsel of God, that I'm neither grace, neither faith, neither consecration. I understand the full counsel of God. That one moment when I'm towards consecration, I understand the balance of grace in the day you make mistakes, that you are not there living in condemnation. I was telling someone this. I said, hear this. The person you listen to regularly determines whether you will rise from a mistake or you will die there. If you listen to a legalistic minister in the face of consecration, the day you make a mistake, for some reason you fall, your ability to be restored fully is very minimal, because you have been wired, because doctrine wires you. You've been wired not to see yourself better than your error. You are not your error. You can get up.